Howdy y'all, I hope you guys are all doing well, I hope you guys are safe, and I hope you guys are healthy. My name is Josh, and I love clothes. And today's video is going to be one that I can hopefully help someone out there, at least one person out there who might be trying to find their personal style or trying to see what works best for them. And for the people who have already found their personal style and don't think that they need to change whatsoever, I hope it's something that they can look back on and maybe try and see if they've realized the same thing. So what I'm really getting at is I want to look back and over the maybe decade or so that I've been into clothing, what exactly has changed for me, what have I learned? I think there's about 5 things that I've listed out, but I hope this is helpful to any one of you. And let's get right into it. So the interest of clothing and all that really kind of started in high school for me. I mean, I've always been interested in how like people dress and wanted to fit in, I really badly wanted to fit in. And I first got into sneakers. That was like first and foremost, but then I started getting into clothing after that. And around kind of early college era, there were a couple of styles that I really wanted to make work for myself. Like particularly, I really wanted like the Saint Laurent look, like the super skinny, slim thing, skinny jeans, boots and stuff, because I was watching Sanjeev's videos way back when. I want to say it was 2014-ish era, but I really wanted to make that work for myself. And I thought that was the direction I was going on, and that was also the era of like when Fear of God really picked up traction. So I was really trying to make that work for me as well. And I remember very specifically at one point, I was like, there is no way that I will ever wear anything other than like skinny jeans and flannels and all that. And to think back on it now is super funny to me, because now what I wear is like a polar opposite of what I thought I would be wearing like maybe 5-10 years ago. So I guess the first thing that I started to realize is that in a casual setting where there's no like dress codes or anything, or you're not supposed to dress a certain way and you don't have a uniform, in the casual setting, if you're just going out for a drink or something, nobody or not as many people care about what you're wearing, but it really feels like people are watching you. People kind of make judgments based on what you're wearing, and to be fair, some people do. Some people make judgments based on what you look like, which is unfortunate, but it's kind of an inherent thing that when you accept clothing and fashion as an interest, people are going to have their own opinions, and in all honesty, those opinions don't matter. What really does matter is your opinion on yourself and how you decide to portray yourself to the world, basically, and take pride in what you wear. That's kind of the first step in like the fashion journey for me. People are going to look at me weird for certain things that I wear. People are going to judge me based on, wow, maybe that doesn't fit your body type, or people will judge you based on, wow, you spent too much money on a certain thing, or whatever it may be. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So definitely try your best to focus on dressing for yourself as opposed to for anyone else. It gets harder when you get older, actually. In high school and college, I was very much influenced by the people around me, but once I left college, once I kind of advanced in my interests, I just stopped caring as much. And it was kind of cathartic for me to just, whatever, man, I'm wearing what I wear. If you like it, you like it, cool. If you don't, whatever, it doesn't really matter. And I was able to kind of find more unique styles based on that attitude. I realized it's 1 p.m. and I haven't had a meal yet. Eat your fruits and vegetables, kids. White peaches are great. Alright, so the next topic I've had to re-record multiple times because it is such a complex topic and I can talk about this for a while. But to try and condense it down, it is primarily on trends. And I know a lot of people, this is very polarizing, and a lot of people who are like really confident and well set in their personal styles just absolutely hate trends, which I totally get. But to be trendy, I think, is really useful for people who are young and exploring what their personal style could possibly be. It introduces you to a lot of things that you may not have considered, just to see what is popular. And I know some people dress trendy for social reasons because they want to fit in, they want to look good in the eyes of other people. Totally fair. If you want to do that, that's totally fine. But to be trendy is not, it doesn't exactly mean that you are fashionable. I think trends go wrong when fast fashion brands get a hold of it and start basically just coming up with a whole lot more wastefulness in the name of making money on a trend. That's a whole different topic. But just kind of circling back, if you're young and exploring your personal style, trends are a great tool for you. However, it's very, very beneficial for you to realize that once a trend is no longer in popularity, you can still add that to your personal style, and it doesn't need to be a part of the trend anymore. It can just be a part of your personal style. This conversation came about because of a post by the Fashion Elitist. Cool guy. Definitely give him a follow. But I can go on for days about that particular topic, and I know so many people have such varying opinions on trends. But I would love to hear your guys' opinion on trends for sure. Moving on to the next topic. So the next thing I ended up kind of learning over time as I got a little bit older was a really simple one that, I mean, a lot of people preach, but it is quality over quantity. I've just simply realized that I don't need as many clothes as other people. You know, when you're in high school, you're in college, you're whatever, if you're in very, very social situations, having a lot of clothes is pretty beneficial, and it could do you some good to have a pretty big wardrobe. I work in a hospital. I wear scrubs every day. Really the only time I go out is like on the weekends, maybe after work. It's a little bit harder to see my friends, so having a lot of clothing simply isn't all that necessary. With that attitude, and I know I'm really trying, but I need to get better about it. You don't need as much as you think. And so I'm trying everything that I can to downsize a little bit more, get less colorful things so that everything goes together, get a more minimal wardrobe. I know I'm just far too much of a clothing fan to actually be truly minimal, but I can tote on and on about how all the things that I buy are like, oh, they have so much function to them, they're so utilitarian, oh, this will look great. But there aren't a whole lot of situations that I can wear a lot of my clothing, especially like my outerwear, since I live in Las Vegas. So quality over quantity, buy fewer, but buy higher quality items because they'll last you a whole lot longer, and strive to get more timeless items, things that aren't really trendy. I mean, kind of calling back to my last topic, but I try to buy outside of trends because I know if it can transcend a certain period of time, then that piece of clothing will be that much more useful because it can just be another everyday wear. The next thing that I started to realize as I got a little bit older is that colors in general interest me a whole lot less. When I was younger, I was into sneakers, and so color was a really, really big deal. There was different colorways for different models of shoes, and that would dictate certain different prices for those shoes on the resale market. At one point, I just had so many different colors of shoes, and so I had to coordinate what I was wearing to accommodate for the shoe, and it was just such a headache. So as I got older, I wanted to incorporate more muted colors, more natural colors, just so everything goes together a little bit better. So, you know, earth tones like blues, navies, greens, things are black and white. Obviously, I wear mostly black now, but seeing like an item in a very bold color doesn't really catch my interest all that much anymore. When I was younger, I mean, hey, I used to literally be like, yo, I can wear these with my bread ones, or hey, I can wear these with the shattered backboards or something. But yeah, it's bold color for me nowadays is just not my thing. If that's your thing, you know, no big deal, no problem. But it's just something that I've come to realize. And on to the last topic, the last thing that I realized as I got older and was interested in fashion. I talk about it like I'm like super old. I'm 26, and I only talk about it in this way just because I've gone through a lot of change in opinion. There's just a lot of change that I would like to document, if not for the benefit of you guys, just for myself to look back on as of the summer of 2022. But I'm back. I'm getting off track. Last thing that I realized is going to be, don't be afraid to experiment with silhouettes, shapes, or just experiment with clothing in general. Like I said in the first realization or first tip, dress for yourself. You know, your personal style is something personal. It's for you. And to experiment is to definitely try and open your mind up to other ways of dress or other things that might look really good on you. And so I think, and it's gonna sound really bad for a second, but to be judgmental on yourself is not entirely a bad thing if if it's done in a healthy way. So when I was trying to make like the Saint Laurent look work on me, I'm not the tallest man in the world. I'm about 5'9" to 5'10". I'm like 190 to 200 pounds, so I am like average height and a little bit stocky of a build, wide shoulders and all, and that look just didn't, I had to make the judgment that that look just didn't suit my body type. But I'm glad that I tried it because it opened my mind up and made me learn more about certain types of clothing. And so that's actually another video that I might want to make, dressing for your body type. But let me know if you guys would like to see that kind of video. But yeah, don't be afraid to experiment. I now wear clothes that are just so like varied. I have like slim pants, I have straight leg, wide leg, balloon type of pants, harem pants. I have jackets that are anywhere from like super fitted to super oversized. Yeah, just don't be afraid to experiment, because that's kind of the fun in being into clothing, is that there's just so much possibility and there's so many different things that people have created, and to appreciate and try and make it work for yourself is a journey in itself. So yeah, be open-minded and experiment. Those weren't the only things that I've learned being into clothing. However, those come across as kind of the most prominent things that I think might benefit someone out there if they're kind of lost and trying to find their personal style. I hope this helped at least one of you out there. I hope it was entertaining at the very least. But let me know what you guys think. Have you guys realized anything in regard to personal style or fashion as you've been into clothing? Or am I all just overthinking this entire thing? But let's talk about it in the comments down below or in my DMs. Follow me on all socials. I'm on TikTok now, Wears_Galdo, Instagram, Wears_Galdo as well. So feel free to follow me on those platforms and subscribe to here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you guys in the next video.